I consider that try to give them as much value as humanly possible. All of you know that that's kind of my mission. But sometimes things happen. Okay, sometimes things happen, so we need to look into that. But let's see how we can do that. Okay. You see, here people are asking me the linkage. Okay, here the people are asking me the linkage. Okay, please. Okay. Actually asking the linkage. Since you're asking the linkage. So like these things I'm sharing with them, checking that become issue. But being said that, that's life. One of the things that one happen, you need to do that and move on. So let's move on. Let's do the real thing, guys. Today I have two part analysis question. You know that we have been listening that part analysis is coming in the exam for last 2 months. Actually, now I have that. I have a near to that question. So I'm gonna remove the video from YouTube immediately because I forgot to remove 180 question, which I said I did. I received a strike from PMI and then an official letter. So today I'm gonna remove that immediately after that because I make sure to all the students they don't give the real exam question. I want to we follow the codes of ethics, but the context has to be there. Context. So for the first few question, what I will be doing, I want you guys that I will be the solving question, 4 5 question. Then I'll give you chance to solve that question. Okay, clear? Anyone has any question? Please ask if you have any question. जी.
Hi, this is Piyush.
Yes,
वो
please.
जो आप अभी बता रहे थे कि there are two type of questions जो आ रहे हैं. What topic is it?
Part analysis.
Part analysis. Okay.
Part
PERT, right?
Uh,
PERT वाला.
don't you watch my success journey videos?
I'm
Success.
new to this.
Please,
I'm really new to
please,
this.
please always watch the success journeys. Normally, I'm now trying to make it as structured. Uh, I try to record it on Zoom, then upload it out 8 a.m. my time. There are two reasons I don't post anything at that time. I'm sleeping, so that video goes live for you guys. But watch the success journeys. Let's go with the question answers. 3 steps to follow to solve any question. Step number one, slow down. Step number two, identify the keywords. Mohit, slow down. Step number three, and the most important step. And what is that? Put in the chat box. Put in the chat box. Elimination technique. Elimination technique. Unless you have a justification for the question, don't move fast. Okay. So let's go with that. I have few giveaways that I will give you guys at the end of the class. Okay. So for now, let's solve that. You have 70 seconds, solve this question and put your answer in the chat box with the justification. Elimination technique, elimination. Okay. Put your justification why you do think our answer is particularly right or wrong. Put your justification. Why do you think the answer is right or wrong? Okay, D, 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 C, D, D, C. Okay. What should the project manager do? Reading the last line actually helps you most of the time to understand the context of the question, what the question is saying. Okay. A high performing team members has been consistently increasing. A high performing team members performance has been increasing, leaving other peer behind the project. Has been reluctant to publicly recognize the team member for fear of encouragement. Okay, the problem is that one team member is doing very good, other team members are not so much. Okay, so we need to understand that. Okay, we need to understand that we need to work into that how we can get this thing done. Okay, promote the higher team member to higher position. That's a good thing, not a bad option. Remind the to focus on shared reward than individual. Again, not a bad option. Reward the high privately to avoid team disruption. No, rewards, if you want to give that, that should be public. So I'm going to eliminate. Okay. Request to mentor. Guys, D is the right answer. Now let me justify why. First of all, there's an option that you can send your answers directly to me instead of putting in the common chat box. Please try to use that first thing. Second thing is that giving someone the opportunity to teach other is kind of a reward of itself. Like for me, doing this is a reward for itself. Like I completed my batch yesterday. Why I am putting free session? It's kind of a reward for itself that I can do that. Whenever you basically we are millions of year old human being, and the tribal chief, the like now we have politician getting money, but initially tribal chiefs they don't have the money, they have the power, they have the opportunity to teach other. So mentoring teaching is a reward itself. So Justin, D will be the right answer. Okay, Rupak, D will be the right answer. We don't rewards and recognition should be given in public, and scolding should be given in private. Clear to everybody? I hope that is clear to you. Let's go for the next question. Okay, please answer me personally, not in the comment chat box. Okay, what should the project manager do to avoid this issue? A project manager has just started managing agile project. The project manager realized that due to lack of clear definition, the colleagues have many difficulties. Sponsor keep asking for and the project have yet to be completed. With the key stakeholder, good one. Arrange a meeting to ensure every necessary task to complete is included in the project management plan. That is not possible. Convince the to donor to approach the team and look for option to fund a solution. Convince the project. This is not option B and A and C. I would go for that. Okay, what answers we have here? A, D. Okay, A, C. Okay. Okay, guys. One of the what is the first activity when the project starts? What is the first activity when a project starts? जी Minat sab, I guess you are at an aeroplane. So I love your commitment that you are joining the class from aeroplane. I can see things like that. What is the first thing that we start? The project charter is not required, is not cleared. No, Sayed Solar. When the project start, your answer is right. But when the project start, we need to set the project charter or the charter. We need to look into that. Okay, so here we are not even clear how do we know that the success is there. So for that we need to make project charter. Okay, we need to make project charter. Clear, everybody? We need to make project charter. Yeah, that was question number two. Let's go to question number three. For two question, answer is A. So question three. Sajid, please share the answer in the combined group. Okay. Santosh, directly send answers to me, please. Okay. What should the project manager do first? In the beginning, find out the key resource will be unavailable for 2 weeks, which could cause a delay. What the project manager do first? Update the resource management plan, not a bad option. Assign, the question says first. Guys, be careful about this word. Assign, this comes later. It is an important task, but later on. Update the schedule to reflect the project change in duration later on. Ask, that is later on. Okay, guys, we just discussed that once. The first thing is that we need to make the project charter. Ali Raza, send answers directly to me. Justin, directly to me. So what is the first thing once the charter is approved? What is the first thing you do? What is the first thing you do? This sequence will help you understand a lot of the questions. Roles and responsibility, no, no, no. Assumption log, no. Identify. You look at the charter, of course, you have that charter. You identify who are the key stakeholders. Key stakeholders, you share the charter with the key stakeholders. You share the charter with the key stakeholders so that they know their roles and responsibility. You can get a question something like that in the exam, that he left on leave or something like that. So what would you have done better? Share the charter with them. You should have shared the charter with them. This question is different. Whenever a problem occurs, the step number one is, first is, whenever you see the question, 90% of the time which says first, the answer is document somewhere. Make sense? Document somewhere. So in this question, question number three, for you guys, the answer would be A. Okay, we will document it and work into that. Question number four. Some good people are sending directly answers to my WhatsApp. When I mean send directly to me, there's an option in chat box to send directly to me. What should the project manager do? While reviewing prototypes, the quality team found some deviation that do not affect the main functionality, but have potentially to be an issue in the future. To avoid major problem in the future, the team recommends corrective action that will require additional funds. The project is already struggling on the budget and has even some use contingency reserves. Report and the project. This is a wrong report. Evaluate and initiate with the stakeholder could be ask why the deviation was not considered in the design phase. Discard the sample. So only B is the right answer. There's no other option that makes sense. Only B options make sense. Minat, okay, you are send directly answer to me. B, 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 B. Okay, A, B. Okay. Apma, why did you use answer D? Unmute yourself. Apma? Hey, Apma.
Yes, Amir. Amir, but I am why we are talking about change request here, like evaluate and initiate the change request with the stakeholders.
Because of this. That can cause a problem.
Okay.
That's why. Sister, slow down. Please slow down. You are in a very critical stage. Slow down. Okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
another negative word, ask, is most of the time negative word. Don't use it. Okay? Ask is most of the time negative word. Avoid it. And try to read most of the time from the bottom. Okay. Acha, Emma Usman put a very beautiful comment. If you are suffering, and most of us do, that we read too quickly, read the option number D first, then C, then B, then A. Because let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10. Just in your mind. You can count like this. Count from 10 to 1 backward. That's the thing. Our mind works in pattern, and reading fast is the pattern. Okay. When you slow down, your mind has to think, and we need thinking mind for now. Okay. Makes sense to everybody? Yeah. I hope that works. I hope that works. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Question number 5. Those people who have emailed me, I'm sending them the link when they email me again. What is the cause of communication gap? A company start implementing Scrum. The first communication issue develops. Some project team members are not in sync with other team. Daily, this can be the issue. The communication plan has nothing to do. It's an agile thing, but it can be predictive. Start dashboard. Dashboard has nothing to do with that. No, I would go for option A. Guys, what is the purpose of stand up? Put in the chat box. What is the purpose of stand up? A. Put your question in the chat box. If your no question is not answered, I can answer it. Then, as we assume communication, guys, B. Yasir, why B? Justify. Since daily stand up is the most, daily stand ups keep check the progress. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. That is the reason to that. What we did yesterday, status status sharing. That is actually communication. Okay, that is the communication. So everyone understand this thing. What we have done, what we are going to do, what are the problems there. Yes, Ahmed Usman, I like it. So that they are all on the same phase. Okay, we can assume the question asked is agile or productive. Read from the question. The question says that sprint, and the company starts implementing Piyush Scrum. That is why it's agile. If the question does not mention, then it's an hybrid. But the question clearly says that. And secondly, the communication problem uh, help into that. Good. Question number 6. Guys, mute yourself if you are not muted. Sorry. Project manager is implementing a new software system. Some departmental staff are questioning and feel the new system will impede their current process. What should the project manager have done at the start of the project? Now, this question is a very interesting. The question asks what he should have done before. What he should have done before. That's the difference between the question. Faisal Baraj, answer me directly, not in the chat box. Okay, there's an option to send me answer. Involve stakeholder from all level of company. Okay, company culture encourage change before accepting the that outline the method of communicating, encourage leadership departments that are trapped. Okay, these eliminated. So many people have put the answer A, B, Justin, D has nothing to do, brother. Okay, Ankit saying, Shahid Iman saying A, Farheen saying A. Farheen, can you unmute yourself? Farheen,
Yes, Amir.
justify.
Amir, for me, D is out completely.
Okay, and
D is ensuring that the communication culture encourages change. That is not going to help either.
Mhm.
See, creating a communication management plan means you're just creating the plan. You're not doing anything to keep those people involved.
Okay,
So that's
okay,
out
okay.
as well.
We will
A
discuss
to me
that.
is
We will discuss C
excellence.
later on, but continue. Yeah.
Okay. So to me, if you involve the stakeholders from all level of the company, everyone understands the change right in the beginning before it starts. And
Okay.
that's why A is the right answer.
Okay. Let's say you identify the stakeholders, put them into stakeholder register. What do we do? Why do we prioritize the stakeholders? Why do we prioritize the stakeholder? We don't need from
We
all.
prioritize to know who needs to be informed, who
Hmm.
needs to be kept a watch on, etc.
Okay. And why do we create the communication plan? What is the purpose of the communication plan?
So that the right information goes to the right people at the right time with right impact.
So don't you think that will help us?
It will help, but then is it addressing the issue that we have at hand?
How is
The
it?
plan is created,
How is
but then
Mhm.
once the plan is created and the communication goes out,
Mhm. I never said your
mhm.
answer. I never said your answer is right or wrong. I'm just asking the justification.
Yeah, Yeah, just creating the plan, sending out that information might not be enough.
But what is the purpose of creating the communication plan? That how we communicate with the stakeholders, how we identify them, okay, how we worked into that way. So I am not saying C is right or not. I'm just having opinions. Okay, who said that C is right? Okay, let me. Atib, unmute yourself. Atib, let me talk to. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go a little deep in those questions. Atib, justify C.
Yes, sir. Because if the right information go to the right people, they will never resist this, no? So the problem is they didn't get the information properly. So there is a problem in communication.
But don't you think even we have a communication plan, inviting the stakeholders and getting them involved will help us? Like we involve stakeholders from all the company, all levels of the
But
company.
sir, all levels we can't involve, no? So there are
Why not?
stakeholders for higher position
It
to
does
watch
not
this.
says it
So
does not says all the stakeholders. It is saying
all levels.
all level of stakeholders.
Yes. So my
So
concern is why we need to involve
like
all levels. It means
the question says that some departmental staff members, some staff members are questioning why do we even need the change. That's why some people are saying why we need to have this change. That is why. Think about it and get back to me. Think about it. Yes, Rupak. Guys, I'm just playing from both sides. I just justified both the answers. Both people got confused. So think about it. That's why I said think on the question. That is the purpose of this PMP marathon. Okay. I remember in the last coaching call, in 50 minutes, we solved 35 questions. I told you in PMP marathon, this is not going to happen. Many people are saying they are easy question. Now let's play this game. G Rupak, tell me.
Yeah. So, see, I choose option A. The reason behind is that just now you mentioned that some of the stakeholders is complaining the thing. So, I it, there is an issue. I think those stakeholders we have not identified correctly, and some of them is now coming up asking that hey, we have not got the thing.
Okay.
So instead of communication, I think it is the stakeholder. I understand communication problem, but in this scenario, I think it is the stakeholder now.
Okay. Yes, Farhan. Farhan, yes. Farhan? Farhan Danish. Farhan Danish, you.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. So, sir, to me, I have choose the option A because of the current question scenario. Is like they have the project manager is trying to implement a new software, and the question is asking like what should he have done before so that to avoid the resistance. So I think the involvement of the stakeholders at the start for this new software could have elaborated the need of the software system. So I think all the stakeholders related to the project, they would have understand the need for implementing the software. So I think it would have reduced the resistance of some of the people who are resisting it.
Okay. Ji, matlub, D has nothing to do here. When you encourage the leadership.
No, I understand. The keyword was understand. So the keyword in option A was understand. So the problem statement was they are not clear or they are resistant because they did not understand that.
Bingo. That very well answered. Guys, A is the right option. Creating the communication plan. What Farheen was giving justification in the beginning. I messed up with her mind. So that was the right opinion. Guys, I want your justification to reach that level that you can justify each option and de-justify it, understanding it why that is right or wrong. That is the power of elimination technique. I have said it several times. You will see me, hear me saying that I don't care about your score. I care about root cause analysis. Every single time you will share me your score, my next answer would be RC. Understanding what option is right or wrong. Okay? Yeah, if you understand that, then the PMP exam is a piece of cake. Still not a piece of cake, but still, A is the right answer here. Okay. I will do the same with the next question. So be careful when you put your option. I'm going to ask you why. Now let's see how many people put their options now. Now I only have 10 to 12 answers in the chat box. Okay. How should the project manager address this situation? Discover that recent change in the enterprise will severely reduce the implementation cost and shorten the schedule. Meet to decide how. Do party maybe? No. Keep the extra budget? No. Give the extra time? No. Now this is a very interesting thing. This is a very interesting thing. D is the right answer. In this particular scenario, D should be right. Oh wow, majority have the D answer. Good, good, good. D, B, matlub no, B no. We cannot give understand this thing, matlub, and everyone else who put any answer apart from that. You cannot use the budget for any other purpose specifically for it was designed. You cannot even use the reserves, contingency reserves apart from the purpose it was designed. Okay, so that's a very critical point to understand. Okay. Yeah. Many people watching live, they are sending me, Piyush, put in the chat box, please. So, uh, many people watching live, they are asking me to send the link. If you want to join, send me the email with your exam date. When do you plan to do that so that we can make sure that thing does not happen again? This seems more accurate. No, we cannot, Umair, we cannot keep the management reserve. We cannot put anything from the management reserve. We cannot put aside from the management reserve. We don't even know what the management reserve is because that's a part of the project budget. How we want to communicate, that should be looked into that. Okay, MCQs. Mox has these questions. It is possible. Now certified PMP made, so maybe I remember those questions and this is related to, and we can wait until the project. No, but the money is there now. We need to escalate that is the purpose of communication plan escalation procedure. Payush, whenever we find a problem, we need to escalate, we need to share this to management so that they know that, because this question is a very beautifully crafted, especially in the second part, and communication plan, what is said in the communication plan about such situation. So looking into that help us. D is the right answer. I hope that makes sense to you. G, next question. Guys, somebody's unmute. Please mute yourself. A project for a new product launch is very initial stage. requirements are evolving due to stiff competition in the market. The customer would like to launch the product, keeping the scope flexible. The project team intended to start on the forecast of similar, which project suits this scenario. Execute as a stage gate. Stage is like part, kind of an incremental way can be. Execute is a Scrum project. Scrum can be a very good way to do the progressive. The same project as for the reference project. It's not a predictive. D is eliminated. That's for sure. Let me look at your answers. B, Scrum allows to features the incremental delivery. Okay, execute with the stage gate. Stage gate is a good option, but when we have a Scrum option, that is better than that because that you can do incremental delivery. We cannot use the entirely similar way, so Scrum can be a better answer. Guys, understand the difference. What is like the benefit of the progressive elaboration? Why do we even use progressive elaboration or rolling web planning? Other, get a cup of coffee, you need it. Put in the chat box why do you need progressive elaboration or rolling web planning. And guys, please turn your videos on if you can. I like to see your faces because I want to do what I just did with Badr. Scopes are flexible, MVP, avoid long-term planning. And I wouldn't say, Emma, this one, avoid long-term planning. The planning at what details you have, working into that way. That can be a good answer to look into that way. No? Whatever you know, plan it to that way. Right? Yeah. Scrum would be the right answer here. Acha, acha. Question number 9. Some people are asking, will the recording be provided? No, recording will not be provided for this. Okay. D, 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 C. D or C, but C. Okay. Guys, please mute your Yasir Salim, mute yourself. And co-host, if anybody is not like muting himself for 2 minutes, just remove them. I don't want to hide unnecessary problems. A project manager at a company is considering a high performance team junior member. Okay, what should the project manager do to prepare for a recommendation to a senior management? Compile key features. Okay, write a short biographic. That is kind of a CV that happens with us when we work with the organizations that actually happen into that thing. Yeah. Okay, but that is not the answer. Health of the project, artifact. Yeah, yeah. PMI language. Guys, few things that I want to add here. The answer that has ignore, remove, fire, and even ask is 90% wrong answer. Okay. Then whenever the team member is there, if the project is critical, we cannot have a junior team member. We need a senior team member. Okay, that's a kind of important thing. Next question.
What was the last correct answer for last one?
Correct answer D option. D option. Asik D option. You have a cross question? Wait, you can ask after this question, please. Or put in the chat box. If it's not answered, then we can discuss it. To show artifact would take more time, wouldn't we have highlights? No, no, no. But an important thing to understand is that we need to use a PMI language. Rupak, Matloob, the question says select two answers. Two answers, not one. Salman, the question said select two answers. Faisal Baraj, okay, B, D, D. Okay. Choose two. The project manager has observed that the two team members have been arguing with each other, admitting to push their ideas through each team member directly and made decision without informing the what two actions should the project manager take. Discuss other can be a option, not a bad option. No, that is never happen. Ask the team member to work it out themselves. Can be. Reiterate the ground rules. Yeah. Whenever the problem comes, use the PMI language. I don't even have to read the other option. Address with each team member. Yes. C can be okay option, but D and E are better option. C can be an okay option. Okay. D and E are the better option. Guys, read all the option. Yeah, Vasik, your question was answered for the last one.
Sir, no, sir. Actually, the previous question, what I was asking about the option D, you said the team velocity cannot be like each member performance cannot be found through project artifacts, right?
No.
The total team velocity can be like it can be.
Did the question
we
talk
can
about
find the progress.
did the question talk about velocity, or did the question say that there is anything about velocity? If we look at the question, this is your question. A project manager is considering a high performance junior of the organization to the new project. There's a someone who has done something good. We want to look into that. The agile says that first of all, how do you know this is an agile? It's not an agile. The question nowhere mentioned anything about velocity. So from where your mind came about velocity? The question says that we want to show the performance of other. Okay.
But project artifacts contains like these three the main documents, right?
Guys,
In that where we are finding
all
the
documents are artifact. Those are three main important artifacts. Everything in the project is an artifact. Every document, even lesson learned register, is an artifact. Issue log is an artifact. Three main artifacts are of agile, product backlog, sprint backlog, and product increment. They are the three main artifacts of that. Burn down chart is another artifact. If you remember, one of the agile question in your 50 question was that which of them is not an artifact. Burn down chart was an option which shows that it's an artifact. Okay.
Noted.
Okay.
Noted. Clear.
Yeah, I actually remember agile question because whenever I have a one-to-one student, they always have to discuss those. So I remember those questions. Ahmad Usman, tell me.
Yes. So I wanted to ask, since we are basically making a case to promote someone, right? So why can't C be a good option? Because we are, health
can be a good option. C can be a good option. I said that. But if you look at that, whenever there is a behavior issue, always, you see, rewards and recognition should always be given in public. Reprimand should always be given in private. Okay, so that is the servant leadership thing. And secondly, whenever there's a problem like that, that should be handled the ground rules. I'm not saying C is not a good option, but D and E are a better option than that.
I'm asking about the previous question also. That's why.
Yeah. Calculate the health of the project on which a team member has worked. No, health will only health. The word health used to show the status of the current project. We are not looking for the status of the project. We want to look what he did. Okay, so that will be in the lesson learned register or some other kind of rewards and recognition documents, something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, question number 11. Guys, mute yourself. Somebody is unmuted. Who's unmuted? D was the right answer. D E was the right answer, Madhya, for the previous question. Yeah, itne cost. Then still I have to mute people. Screen, please let me mute. The matlub, just wait a second here. Hold your horses. Okay. What should the project manager do in this scenario? A product company is transforming the way it's develop and release product in the market. That is high initiative, and this initiative must be successful. Develop a business can with the assumption. Okay, not a very good. Develop a detailed cannot be. No. So with A and B, I would go for B answer. What are your answers? B, B. Fahad, C has nothing to do with that. We cannot plan detail. Pratik, we cannot plan detail. Okay, no. Saad, C is not a good option. Akesh, why you are planning C? We cannot plan detailed plan here. And Ahmad Usman, develop a business case with assumption for new model. Again, the same concept. We need to have iterative planning to look into that. Okay, B will be the answer. GMR,
Amir, you said that I have chose B, but you said that A could be an option. But project manager
when I
do
was
not
reading options,
go for that.
when I was reading option A, let's say C and D has no idea, nothing, they cannot be. From A to B, develop a business case. He can be the part of the team. There are two ways, Amar. Either you hire the project manager when the project charter is created, or he is the part of that organization. In that way, he can be developing those things, helping them, facilitating them. Okay, he can be working with them. Okay, that is answer. Amar, your question is answered. Okay, anyone else? Okay.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
please lower your hand. B and C has nothing. Yes, Adam. B. Okay. Yes, Adam.
This one, it says in the market, executives believe, isn't it an assumption?
No, believe is basically I believe I will become a billionaire one day. That's a belief. I have to take a risk. That's kind of a belief. They don't have data to do that because after belief, the question says that high risk initiative. Okay, so they believe that they don't have the data. So we work at high level, then we move it into detail. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ji, sure. Ji, Shizad sir.
Sir, why not D? Because here the concept, what they are asking,
Why we have
company is transforming the way.
Yeah, that's okay, but why it has to do anything? How we are not here to talk about the communication. We are not have any communication problem. We don't have to communicate anyway. Why would we do that? There's no communication issue here.
It the first statement narrates that product company is transforming the way it develops and releases the products.
Develop and release the product. How we make and share it in the market. Communication plan. It could be communication plan when the question said that how we talk to each other, how we distribute the information. For the communication plan to be answered 9 out of 10 times, right information, right time to right people to right impact has to be in the option. Okay. Clear? Yeah.
Okay.
Next question. I will be there. Thank you. Yeah, I do believe that. Please send your answer privately. Yes, please everyone send your answer privately. Thank you. Please mute yourself, whoever joined the class. Usman Savati, there's an option that you can send answers to me. Please send answer directly to me. There is an option to do that. A company wants to increase the commercial value of one of its product in a highly competitive market. In order to do this, company commission a project to create a prototype. The team construct the prototype incrementally. Which action should the project manager take as a priority? Deliver a business value as soon as possible. Okay. What's the purpose of the problem? Ensure is aware of the go-to-market date. That is not important thing in that patent case. Kanban methodology, but we don't have to look into that. That we need to look into the Kanban. We want to deliver value incrementally. Implement a plan to check it. The question does not ask about we want to continuously improve. Did it increase the commercial value? In order to increase the commercial value, we want to deliver incrementally. So deliver it straightforward. A will be the option. No other option should be there at all. No, Umair, the question does not say we want to continuous improvement today. Sayyid Solat, why do we use the Kanban methodology? There is no why guys you are putting option as a Kanban or other way. The question does not talk about incremental improvement. The question does not talk about continuous improvement. The question does not says that. We want to deliver the value. We want to get the value. When we deliver the MVP in the market, we will get lessons from here and we will improve that. Yeah. Okay. Slow down. Slow down. Okay, button. A D C D B. So I have all the answers. A B C D. All answers are here. Let's see. How should the project manager handle this? During the course of a project, the project manager immediate immediate direct is communicating directly with the client to approve changes without the project manager knowledge. Without the project manager knowledge, he's directly communicating. Okay. It is causing confusion where the scope is changing in the background. We are not following change management plan. How should the communicate with the client stating that any scope must go through the project manager can be in place Okay, discuss with the and let them know that the project manager will handle the scope. Okay, this needs to look into that. Okay, communicate. This is a good question. Directly with the client, stating the scope must go to the project manager. Review and put in place the existing. No, that is not. I can eliminate it and let them know the project manager will handle the scope. That is not the way here. Now that the confusion is causing here, directly with the director inform. Does the director has to do that? Okay, let's discuss this question. This will be a good one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mohit Gupta, justify D option.
Sir, here a director is directly taking a change request from the stakeholder. So this causing a confusion and project is going haywire. Now, thing is the cause of the problem is starting from the director. So start with the director, try to convince him or the way it need to be engage a director. Sir, we already have a plan, so we have to follow the plan for the to implement the changes. Whatever the changes you are receiving, it should be through the plan. So everyone will be aware. These are the changes, and team can act accordingly. Okay. So this is a reason behind this.
Okay. Rupak, justify option B. Rupak?
Yeah. Can you show me the answer option? Yeah. So if you see the last line, how should the project manager handle this? So my option are like between B and D, but I thought first I have to go back, understand the stakeholder engagement plan, and then existing action. First, I have to find out why is the issue is happening instead of communicating directly.
Issue is of which thing?
Issue is yeah, it is a communication, but
okay, I'll come to that thing. Let's stop it here. I'll come to issue is communication. Okay. Let's work into that thing. Okay, somebody else had any other answer? B, D. Okay, B and D are the two options, guys. The thing is that 4 hours of communication, right information, right time to right people to have all those things. Whenever the question is this, 90% of the time that is the answer. Mohit said it very right, and Rupak sir finally came to that. Yes, it's a communication issue, so we look into that communication and work into that. D is your right answer. D is your right answer. That's a good question actually. I liked it. Question number 14. We'll take a break of 10 minutes after question number 20. Before anyone asks when will the break. What should the project manager do? A typical subject matter expert identified an occurrence that should be captured in the lesson plan. The subject matter expert asked manager to write down document included in the lesson. What should the project manager do? Ask Sammy to document capture the information, assign the document task. Project team member take ownership, request to wait until the project closure. If we don't want to wait, we don't want to assign between A and C. If he's asking us to do the thing, we as a project manager, we cannot ask him back to do that thing. That is your job at the end of the day, that everything is covered into that way. So C would be the right answer because that's your job at the end of the day, that those lesson learns are covered or not. If that would have been good if he has done it himself, but he's not doing. Na? He's asking you to do that, so do it. Okay. Yes, Marian.
In this question, if we wear the PMI hat, so writing lesson learned register, anyone can in the team can do that throughout the project life cycle. So if SME is asking the PM, so PM can ask SME back that he should do it if we wear the PMI hat, no?
This is kind. First of all, as a servant leader, project manager is accountable for everything. So if he's asking you, then no, you do it. I will not do it. It's like that. No, 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 no. If he's asking you, subject matter expert can be your boss, can be someone else. It can be junior to you. We don't know. So when as a PMI head, you need to act like a servant leader. As a servant leader, this is the thing. Do it yourself. Okay, let's do it yourself. Uday, responsibility versus ownership. Ownership is nothing. Accountability. Responsible is actually whose responsibility is to complete the thing. Accountable is at the end of the day who is accountable for that. For example, project manager is accountable for everything in the project, everything, but for the entire project, sponsor is accountable. That's the difference thing into that. Okay. Yeah. Uday, you have a question, please. We have four people. Uday.
Yeah, actually, like when this question was asked in our mocks, so I got it with the answer as like ask the SME to document since he is aware much about the issue that occurred, and he can be the best person to
Maybe we
document.
can okay, whenever there is
So,
a confusion in the mock question, bring that question. But the point here is that to understand the context is that he has asked you. If the problem was that let's say the if I'm not wrong, the mock question is something like this, that a problem has occurred and SME has solved it. So what should you do? Then ask him to do that. But now he has already asked you to do that. Going back to him, as I said it to Marine, that's not the right way. Okay, we will not do that.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
yeah. Yes, Matlub. If anyone has the same question, please. That is already answered. Ji, Matlub.
Yes, I'm a little bit confused here. Like my understanding was that the lesson learned will be at the end, like it during the retrospect.
No, I did share that even in the class yesterday. I guess you asked that. I even said that it happens throughout the project, and then finally at the end we again sit and make sure everything is covered. I did answer this last night. So I hope that thing is covered forever now. Yes, Fahad.
Thank you.
Yes, Fahad.
Hi. I was also confused between B and C because project manager can also delegate the job to the other team member, like a project coordinator as well. So it was a very tricky one. It was a very close call.
No, I just answered it. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Let's go to the next question. Ooh, big one. What key activities needed to ensure the project success? An organization is embarking on the development of a new digital solution that will revolutionize purchasing series. The project manager has created all the plans to ensure integration and solution launch. There's a risk of partnering system being unavailable, which could impact the project. So there's a risk that something can happen, that the full integration and the project will potentially be delayed. Okay, by mandating the partner to change the system. That is okay, but we cannot avoid that. There's a risk that happen. We cannot avoid that thing. Immediate. Monitor the risk. This is good answer. Mitigate that. Okay, guys. One of the important thing to look into that. Can we avoid that risk? Okay. We have already created all necessary plans to ensure successful condition, but there's a risk that the risk of a partner being unavailable. So whenever we need to look into that, we need to monitor that risk, and when that happens, then we need to change that risk by doing that thing. So C is the right option. Matlab, you can also put your question in the chat box. If not answer, then you can for sure ask. Why we should work around? We should not work around. We should always we should always monitor that and handle that thing. Workaround is bad option and the last option. We never want to do that. We want to monitor it and handle it properly. That's why. A, B, A, B. Okay. A multinational company has a plan to expand their business into new country where they currently have no presence. Mhm. A project manager is assigned to initiate this project after reviewing the business case. What should be considered first when developing a strategy? Evaluate the enterprise and factors. Okay. Identify, monitor the risk since the company does not have lesson learned. No, yeah. EEF, we need to monitor the culture, custom of that thing. There should be no other option for that. Mohit, not at all, yeah. No, no. Whenever you go somewhere, you need to understand the culture of the organization. You need to pastel. Yes, Tala, thank you very much. You need to understand how the people are behaving there, how the people interact with there. Okay, you need to understand that. What was the answer of? I don't know what was the answer. Okay. C was the answer for 15th question. Pratik. C was the answer. Okay. So guys, like God has blessed me with this thing. Like I have an elder brother and I'm kind of still very afraid of him. In his presence, I never speak. So that has like unless asked so. So that has helped me a lot in my consultancy and many other things. Whenever I go in a new culture, the same feeling comes like that, and I remain silent. You don't know how many dollars or thousands or hundred of thousands of dollars I have saved because if I have spoken, I would have been foolish. By being silent, understanding the culture, that has helped me a lot. So whenever you go anywhere, understanding the culture, customs is very important. Okay. I know he does not watch my videos, not at all. He is a neurosurgeon. I told you, Ahmed Osman. I don't think have any time whatsoever. So understanding the culture, customs is very important. Okay. Question 17. My brother is still actually against of me doing the training. He still believes I should do some kind of jobs. Kind of a traditional guy. Hate TikTok and all those things. What should the project manager do to prioritize the critical impediment? During a daily stand-up, a roadblock was raised that is preventing from proceeding with work, and the project manager figured out that it is due to technical issues. What should the project prioritize that? Solve the issue for no, but let's to come up with a solution. Okay, escalate. Okay, perform a brainstorming session to and add the solution to the sprint. Okay, let's see what you have. C, D, escalate the issue as issue a technical issue should be contacted technical expert. D. Okay, Raja, unmute yourself and what's Raj? Okay, Raja and Raj both unmute yourself. Raja, justify your answer.
Okay. Question is saying that one of the team member is unable.
No, justify your answer. Yeah, just justify your answer.
So since this problem is with the individual, so I will solve the issue for him. Right, coaching the team because team doesn't have issues. Solving or giving coaching to the entire team is not a good option. Escalate diver and perform brainstorming sessions to address the issue and add to the solution. The sprint, that is also not a good option. So solve the issue with that particular guy is the right approach.
You are saying A option?
Yeah.
This says that solve the issue for that you solve the issue. We never solve them. They should solve the technical. This is a technical issue. This is a technical issue. How do you know he's a one technical person?
T-type leader.
Ji Raj, unmute yourself.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, Amar, this I have given this option because it is a technical issue. So how to find out? So we have to address with the team members how to find the solution. So better make a brainstorming session, which will get answers from our solution from the team member, and we will add those things. We can adopt that.
Okay, so understand this thing, guys. Whenever the problem comes, the best solution is always matlub. Make this thing clear. Whenever the problem comes, that's why we do stand up. That's why we discuss that. Get the team together, find out the solution. You can write it down. A problem has occurred. Call a team meeting, do the brainstorming session, identify the issues, prioritize it, choose one, and use it. Something like that. Okay. Ji Shazad sir, don't ask me to repeat.
No, why not coaching?
No, because I gave the sequence. That's why. In the sequence, it does not. Coaching is for a ethical thing, for guidance, for behavior. These things. Okay, this is a technical problem. This is a technical problem. Okay, something like that. Ji Farhan.
Sir, as this is a technical problem, we cannot escalate it to the software vendor to resolve
That is
the
the last
technical
thing.
issue.
That's the last thing. That's the last thing. The question does not say that team has admitting they solved it. They could not do it themselves. The team.
No, but the question is has written that the project manager assigned.
Team member
is a technical issue.
A team member could not do it. We need to get a team together. We need to try the team to solve them thing. If the team cannot solve it, then we ask somebody else. First, try the team to do it. For example, when the issue came an hour back, but I asked you, and majority of sets are end the meeting and start a new link. So I did that. Okay, the team should decide it, and if they could not do, the entire team could not do, then we may escalate it later on, not now. Okay.
But just my confusion was just because the project manager identified it is a technical issue. So once it is identified, so should we not?
Farhan, escalation is the last option. Have the team discussed among themselves?
No.
So why you are going to get extra money if you haven't even discussed among the team members? Every single time the problem come, you will go to outsider and will not even discuss the team, right? That's what you will do.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Raza.
If you can put up the question on the screen. I am split between option B and D. I think D is the correct one as per your judgment. since this is agile, we are coming up with a solution.
This is
The reason why I
behavior.
looked
This
at
is behavior. This is behavior.
yes,
This is mostly when the coaching, when the team member is not doing something, he lacks a skill, something like that. The question categorically said the technical thing. We don't know.
agreed.
Yeah, that we don't know the project manager does have that. So how can he coach him?
No, definitely. Sir, I'm talking between B and D. My understanding to choose option B was that when we come up with a solution, when the team comes up with a solution, they add it to the next sprint, and we don't change what are the story points in or the user stories in the
No,
current sprint.
we can do that, but that coaching has nothing to do with that. Na? We can do that. Your justification is right, but we cannot coach them. Na? Okay, that has nothing to do with it. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, next question. The sponsor is supportive in leveraging agile approaches, and the project manager is contemplating how to roll off the agile approach and gain buy in from the project team member. What should the project manager do first? Determine how to transform the organization, including, okay, guys, again the same thing, incremental way. This will be the right answer. No other option at all. If we want to approach to a next way, pilot and then work into that. This is why many business fail. They want to do something, they implement the entire thing. No, no, no. Start a small. If it works, get it and work into that. MVP, minimum viable product. Yes, Satish, we did discuss this question in the class. Something
B is
else.
the right answer.
B, B, B. B for ball. Member of the board of directors, the sponsor of a project that is important to the organization. The stakeholder has many other priority and is not engaged in how should the project stakeholder be engaged, involved in the governance, good way, keep the stakeholder informed and consult with them based on their yes, okay, C, okay. So in these option, now the thing is that if we look at the power and trust model, if we go to the power and trust model, okay, He has the power. Okay. He has the high power for sure. But he's not interested right now. Right? He is not interested in that. Involved in governance, he is not, he does not want that. Keep the stakeholder informed and consult with them based on their need. Means customize the things for them. Customizing the things to them, working them the best way. B would be the right answer. Last question, then we'll take 10 minutes break. What should the project manager do? To estimate the cost of a new project that is similar to the project that was implemented, group of expert using a three-point estimation. The project manager submits the estimate budget to the sponsor for approval, whose new the company is concerned because the budget exceed what the project manager use soft skill to convince the project sponsor to approve the budget estimate, change the budget estimate, review the historic and lesson learned, justify the new budget, review, determine if the contingency reserve was estimated. Okay, let's look into that. What you have. Okay. But that justify C option.
I think we have to justify our the estimation by history as we are using the previous software.
Somebody is unmute here. Mute yourself. Otherwise we'll remove. Please. Okay. Yeah. So okay. Okay. Who said? Ankit? Ankit?
Yes.
Please justify your answer.
Actually, in the question itself, it's mentioned like they are mainly referring on the historical, that is that lesson learned register. So it is matching with this answer. Review the historical information, and it should be justified with that question.
Okay. Sajid Imran?
Actually, here, sir, the guy who is concerned is new in the company. So even from the lesson learned, you will try to convince, he'll not be convinced. So why not go to the accurate technique? That's why I choose B.
That's right. Okay, guys, this is eliminated. Okay. It's saying that changing the budget technique to more accurate estimation. Do we have detailed information? Okay. If we look into that, to estimate the cost that was implemented last year, the project manager meets with a group of experts from the previous project. Somebody from the peer used a three-point estimation. The project manager submitted the budget. Okay. So do we have the detailed information for that? No. If we had it, we should have used it before. Review the historical information and lesson learned to justify the new budget. This, like if we tell him, okay, last year we had the project, we did the same thing, and this thing has helped us this way. Okay, walking into that way, looking into that way, that can help them. That can justify your case, and that can make sure that you understand that particular thing. So C is the right option. Okay, C is the right option. Guys, we are having fun. I hope you are having fun. It took us, normally it never took 1 hour 40 minutes, but yeah, we had a scenario. Who is unmuted here? Please mute them, whoever is unmuted. Yeah, so we had different scenarios, and I hope you like this thing. We will have 10-minute break. We will have 10-minute break and we will look into that, how to do that thing. Okay, so later, brother. Let's have a 10-minute break. Mhm. Okay. You guys message in your pattern groups that the class has started. Message in the groups wherever you are in my classes. If you are my student, message in the group that the class has started. Where did I put my mobile? Okay. Back. Good to have you back. Okay, Ji. Question number 21. Ji, question number 21.
Assalamualaikum.
Please mute. Guys, mute yourself kindly. Badar, mute yourself.
Unmute.
A project team is experiencing delays in completing a task that turned out to be more complex than initial estimate. This is a critical task that could impact current iteration goal. What two options will help them uh, address this obstacle? Escalate the issue to the sponsor, not bad. Schedule a retrospective, okay. Create a risk management plan, conduct a root cause analysis, okay. For sure, conduct a root cause analysis, okay. And let's see what are your options. One is done, okay, and the other option can be review and update dependencies. We can look into that how those are impacting. So E and D could be a good answer. Okay, E and D, yeah. Next question. Guys, please mute yourself. Whoever is joining along the way. Still, yeah, I have to. Sajiz, yeah, I made you co-host for this now. Look who is unmute. I don't want. Okay, looks like all are mute, but still. Please. Okay. What should the project manager do? A project is being executed, defined as project. However, a major deliverable will be handed over incrementally, and assigned resources as experience are willing to make decision, consult the product owner.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Schedule a steering committee meeting and obtain their approval. Inform that manager must be responsible. Support the decisions of the team. Yeah, good option. Good option. D is the right answer. Satish, that is a kind of a thing that is the hybrid thing. I'm not. I should make all the decision. I'm the ghost. No, 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 no. It's yeah. Sometimes I do in my classes, but this is not the right thing as a project manager to do. D would be the right answer. D is the right answer. Amar, Ghazi, Raza, Ahmad Usman. D is the right answer. You need to support the decision As a servant, we need to act like a servant leader throughout our dealings. Okay, and servant leadership demands this thing. Next question. I'll move a little bit quick now, guys. So, especially for those questions which are small, so be quick. Okay. What should the project manager do to analyze the involved stakeholder? A project manager is leading an in-house company project. It in very early stage. That current project is similar to the project that you did. Okay. Refer to the stakeholder register from the previous as it was similar. Not a bad thing. Yeah, this will be the right answer. I don't think so. This question should be wrong by anyone. Justin, unmute yourself, yeah. Why? How did you eliminate option C? Justin?
Yeah, I'm just.
No. How did you eliminate option C? Justify me.
I chose my choice was option.
I'm not asking why did you choose option A. I'm asking you how did you eliminate option C?
So why it is the reason was that why it was mentioned as a lesson learned because here it was identifying the stakeholder. So that is why I did not go to
Read the option. Read the option again. How can you eliminate this option? Justify me. The project is previous. We have the lesson learned. Lesson learned have everything in it, and it is also saying use it to make a current project stakeholder. I don't think so. Apart from that you picked option A and use it as an answer. There is no other justification. Please, guys, slow down. Justin, this was bad. Seriously, man. I expect better from you. Okay? Use elimination technique. Guys, this is for everyone. Use elimination technique to solve your question answers. And if you have a problem of picking the question and moving forward, move to option number D, then C, then B, then A. Please, guys, this was an easy question. You just lose number. You, Justin, Umair, it was an easy question. Sanoj, then who else? Yasir, Farheen, it was an easy question, man. Guys, you just lose the easy number. Please. What else the purpose of lesson learned register is, Amar? You don't have the previous stakeholder register. You have the lesson learned register that you are using it for there. You don't know the lesson learned register have everything from the past. It has everything, no? Please, yeah. It was an easy question.
Better.
Stakeholder is some in some industry prefer to deal with programmer and system analysis directly. This complicates managing resources. How should the project manager solve this? Propose implementing, not a bad thing. Communication plan with the project team. Host to develop cohesion and improve communication. Okay. So let's see. B, 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 A. Okay. Mohit, please unmute and justify. How did you eliminate option B and C?
Sir, here it's question is talking about the stakeholder is directly interacting with team members,
Okay.
and they are not following a certain channel.
Okay.
So PIMS is a project management information system
What
is
did
the thing
what did
which
I
keeps
ask
a
you?
channel.
What did I ask you? Please justify how did you eliminate option B and C?
Okay.
I didn't ask you what is your answer. Okay.
Promote a adoption of communication management plan. It's a communication management plan. Adoption of communication management plan. Okay. With this is with a project team, but the stakeholder from another some industry is overtaking.
So, if what are 4 R of communication, please?
Right information, right
Stop
time
here.
for right
Stop
impact.
here. Stop here. Right? Information.
Right information.
Right information. Isn't it's the problem of right information? Is there any problem of a tool that we don't have any tool that is having a problem? Is there a problem of any tool? PMI systems are tool now, like a WhatsApp, like micro. Is there a problem of that? No. What is the problem in the question? The problem in the question is that people are directly talking to. So how in the world, Mohit, you can do that here? This with closed eyes you should have eliminated it. This closed eyes you should have eliminated it. The only option is B and C that we need to discuss it. No, there is no other option even for elimination technique. Please, yeah. Please, guys, this is the same thing Justin did, the same thing you did. Please use elimination technique and use from option D to A. Okay. From B and C, why A is the right answer? Because the team does not have a problem. The problem is with them. So we need to make a communication plan how we can work into along the way. Okay. So this B is the right answer. Okay. Yeah. I hope that makes sense, guys. Don't make easy mistakes. Make some challenging mistake to you make me angry. A new team member is added to the self-organizing team. A new team member is reluctant to speak and take part in the team discussions. Which two actions we should do? Report? No. Revisit the team discussion? Can be. Coach? For sure. That is your one answer. That is your first answer. That is for sure. Okay. Without any doubt. Force? No. Facilitate an open discussion on all ideas and perspective. Okay. So we have now 3 options that can be. This is for sure. Now we are left with revisit the team discussion on team behavior and norms. How that is going to help us. Okay. That is not, we don't have any problem with their behaviors and norms. The people are not talking here. Okay, we need to make sure that they talk. So that can only be possible when we ask them to open up. Okay, it was a close question between A and D. It was a close option, but A is the right answer. Okay, Mohit, whenever somebody enters, please mute them. Okay, whenever somebody enters, please mute them. Maybe I'll change the setting of Zoom. Next time anybody enters in the next meeting, they're automatically mute. A project manager is leading a project which shows a trend to exceed the cost baseline. Okay, it is showing that it will increase. What should the project manager do first? Issue a change request, including the analysis to increase the budget. Okay, meet with the project team. Can be inform, not now. First, no. So C and D is eliminated. Before issuing the change request, we need to meet with the team and then work with that. Okay, we don't want to immediately increase the budget. We need to look into that. Why do we have to even increase the budget? Okay, see. Ahmed Usman, I guess you have a lot of money, and Rupak, you also have a lot of money that you immediately want to increase the budget. Is it so? Without analyzing and going into the depth, you want to increase the budget. Please, please look into that. Raja, I like what you put because it is done the root cause analysis. Now don't do that thing that first when we were moving reading A, B, C, D, you were selecting A. Now we are moving D, C, B, A, you are selecting D. Please don't do that. Okay. So yeah, that's an important thing. I hope so we don't do that. Okay. But no, I never identify that risk. That can also happen, huh? Right, Justin? We can also do that instead of going to A, we can use that as an option.
तो थोड़ा सा आगे कर दो उसको गिरेगा वरना आगे करो
Fan, mute yourself whenever you join the coaching call. Please, we are not interested in the background sound. During the closing process, the project manager learns that one deliverable is not meeting customer. One, how should the project manager proceed? Ask the customer to issue change request. Nice. Okay. Meet to reach agreement on the scope of the deliverable that will satisfy. Good answer. And ask for help in negotiating later on. Yeah, this review. So guys, this is kind of again this thing you may note this trend. Okay, looking into that, uh, like the positive words. I would say that positive word, review it, meet with it, things like that. So you can look into that way and read that. D is the right answer here. A project manager prepared the budget to deliver a highly customizable software. Mul- Okay, straightforward C is the right answer. Again, it comes to the culture and customs. No other option. We need to customize it accordingly. This goes back to the uh, if you use iPhone, I'm an Apple user, so I'm not sure about Android has that. Let's say you buy your iPhone from Canada. It can work in minus temperature. It will work perfectly fine. If you come to Dubai or you go to India, Pakistan, in current temperature with 47, 48, it will get overheat. It will stop working. That's a very interesting thing, right? Like customization according to that requirement is needed. So C, B, say not needed, A not applicable. C is the right answer. Customization, tailoring is an important thing. A client is structured as a matrix organization. When the question says matrix, this means balance matrix. For an agile project, the project manager is working on site with key stakeholders. How should the project manager handle difference? Because there are different perspectives from performer and act based on the outcome. Yeah. Working on the client promises to follow the directions. No. All key stakeholders. This is so listen only the direction. Only no. Important. No. Follow direction for management and key stakeholder. No. We need to change into that, and A is the right answer. Guys, I hope we are getting same. Not D, Fahad, not D. A. Ghulam Nabi, not B, brother. This is an important thing. The client can work, you can work anywhere. You still needs to act like a servant leader. You need to identify what are the best practices between the servant leader and need to act like that. Okay. Guys, questions are now easier or it looks easier to me. Or I am in a flow now. Put in the chat box. Not easy for me. Easier now. Easier. Okay. And they're not easy. Smaller. It's it's easy for you. Thank you, tricky medium sir. Only for you. Maybe I am in like now. I am solving it. I have gotten in the flow. Plus, I am with my coke also. So maybe that's kind of a thing. Me and my coke. Continuous practice. It's medium. Actually easy on a complex base. Yeah, good. Let me tell you interesting thing. I recorded journey of one student yesterday. Yesterday, four people cleared, five people cleared, three PMP, two PGMP. It was an interesting thing. Similar, it will be great. MR. Okay, so one person gave exam from Pakistan, one gave exam in. If I'm talking about PMP, in USA, one gave exam in uh, Abu Dhabi. The guy who gave exam in USA, according to him, his exam was super easy. Other two people were kind of a crying that we don't know how we passed the exam was very difficult. All three are my students. I give the same mocks, same everything. So you never know when your prayers can be found. If I found them easy, it takes time to analyze. Okay, let's move to the next question. 30th question. Let's see. These are made by like certified PMPs. The first 10 15 was made by someone else. Next someone else. So you never know. It depends from student to students. I would like to give credit to Ankush, Junaid Wahid, Halim, and one more guy. After a meeting with the customer, the project manager receives recognition because the project is on schedule. Later that day, project manager attends a project team meeting to follow up on the status of the deliverable. What should the project manager do in the project team meeting? Share the customer feedback? Yes. Document the feedback in the minutes meeting? Okay. Follow the meeting agenda and make a list of next deliverable? Okay. How to improve the deliverables? So guys, A, B, C, all are three right options. All are right options. But A would be the best thing to share the feedback to motivate them. A, B, C, all are right thing, but A is better than all other options. Yes, Marine?
But Amir, in previous question, the customer has provided the recognition to the PM, and it doesn't explicitly say that the PM is going to pass to the team by saying that okay, it's your efforts, thanks to team, whatever. So
he should do as a PM.
even the option is not
as a servant leader. As a servant leader, that's your job. You need to motivate team members. That's your job. Okay. During the course of project, several obstacles are identified that are preventing the project from moving forward. What should the project manager do? Have the team work on other activities? Why? Implement plans. Can be escalate later on. Prioritization. B is the right answer. A project manager who is managing a critical project in a multinational company is conducting a meeting with all team members. During the meeting, one of the team members states that will prevent them from completing their task. What should the project manager do? Concern to review and update the issue log? Can be to find the proper response. Have you identified they are facing a problem? They are already facing a problem. Approved plan? No. No. Let's see. What do we have? Private. Please share answers privately. D. MD, please share answer privately. You can actually share the option directly to me. There's an option here. A, A, B, A, B, no B. So guys, the problem has occurred. That is for sure. So it's not a risk. So we'll not review the risk. B is eliminated. The only option left that is reasonable is D. Okay. Ahmed Usman, the problem has occurred. It's not an issue. It's not a risk. The problem has occurred. It's not a risk. A is the right answer. A project manager presented the project schedule to the main stakeholder. Okay. They have requested that the project to be completed 2 months earlier than the scheduled date. What should the project manager do? We discussed that whenever you present the schedule, that will be the first thing that will happen to you. Update the plan to allocate more resources. Okay. Hold a stakeholder meeting to align timelines. Okay. Reduce the scope by removing. We cannot reduce. Crash to shorten timeline. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Raja Shajil, why A? And then Raza, also unmute yourself. And you justify your answer.
Uh, they want to face with the question.
Yes. Tell me.
They want to. They requested to complete the project early. So when we need to uh, reduce the project timeline, crashing is the one option.
Okay.
When cost is not the problem.
Okay. 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 So do we even know that we can do that or not? Do we even know that?
No, we don't know.
So don't you think that would be a better thing? First to have expectations met, have a meeting with them, align timelines, understand those things, and then if they don't agree, then maybe we need to, because for to crash we need uh, change request. We always need a change request. Expectations need to be set. Understanding what they need an important thing. Okay? Yeah. Yes, Salman.
Sorry, I was confused with the last answer. I'll ask later. The reasoning part.
Okay.
Thank you.
Once I answer this question, please ask me that. A marketing team is developing ideas in order to remap an existing product. The marketing executive out to the project and make sure necessary measures are in place. What should the project manager focus? This to cover all objective. Okay. Cover the status deliverable, ensuring team is focused. In the aligning performance indicator, there will be rehearsals. Good. Let's see. What do you have? D, B. Ahmad Usman, from now on, whenever you put answer, put your justification with it. Okay. D, A, B. Okay. Vasik, justify A and also justify why not D. Vasik. Vasik, are you with me?
Yeah, yes.
Tell me. Why not D? Why?
Sir, actually, I was confused between A and D. So I have both options, A and D. So I chose A.
So why you went for that? Which thing led you to go for D? For A?
Actually, this is like first thing, right? So whether we need to confirm whether our scope is like it is covered to the respect product or not. Okay. First, we need to confirm with the scope thing. Later, later we need to go the indicators, performance indicators.
Okay, Ankit.
Yeah.
Ankit, justify option D. Both of you are from Oman, so it's good if we have both justification. Ankit?
Yeah, yes.
Justification.
Actually, in my opinion, that performance indicator should be there because we need to be determined and align with the team member whether that performance indicators are satisfied.
Okay. Guys, D is the right answer. This is a very good answer. But what Ankit give the justification, that is a right justification. We need to have that what we are going to measure along the way. Okay. Gee, somebody had a question they wanted to ask from previous one. Salman. Yes, Salman.
Yes, that was me. Actually got confused with the concept that they already had, the project manager already had a meeting with the stakeholders. Why he need to have another meeting? Because in that meeting, it is already discussed about the new timeline and the expectations, obviously.
Yeah. The point is
So
that,
for me, this D or A should be the answer.
the point is that we need to understand the expectation. The question does not say that the expectations were set properly and we understand the timelines. They only asked it to do that thing. Okay, that is why. Okay, that is why. Yes, Justin.
Yeah, my doubt is about the next question number 34. Yeah, so here, before setting up the performance indicators, isn't that what should the project manager focus first? That is what the inner meaning of this question, right? What should the project manager do first?
No, did the question put first? Did the question put first anywhere?
But that is the underlying meaning that what should focus or.
Okay, let me explain it this time. When the question says first explicitly, then the first thing to do. If the question does not says, it means to solve the problem. The most important thing. Okay. First is always updating the documentation. Now, I guess with the focus, you get also in your mind, you also read the first. It's okay. It's okay. No problem. Question also contains successful launch. Yeah. I like it. Amir, your sound. Sad, only you have a problem. Guys, is my sound problem? Sad, only you complained it from all the 78 people. Nobody said anything about. Guys, do you have any problem with my sound? No. Put in the direct message, not to me. Put it there so that he can read it. I want to see that. Sad, you can see that you only have some issue with my voice. I don't know why. Because I'm directly speaking. I am not even using any hands free. I'm speaking on the Mac mic, which are supposed to be good. They are kind of expensive. When I'm disturbing my roommate. Good one. One of the main inputs required due to miscommunication. Keyword. Because of this misdeliver, the critical project is extended. What should the project manager do? Audit, execute to address the issue. Did we identify it? Make a detailed analysis. This. D is the right answer. We need to do the detailed analysis to identify what happened, looking into that. Okay. Umair Iqbal, unmute yourself. Umair Iqbal.
Yes, sir.
How do you know that this problem was identified before?
Because of the misdeliverable?
No. Did we identify that this will happen?
Okay.
The contingency plans are for those things which we have identified, right? And contingency
Right.
plan says that the option Nowhere in the world says that we have a plan for it, right? So that is not the answer here. I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Uday, Uday, you have a question?
Yes, Amit. Could you share the question on the screen, please?
Which question?
The one that we just answered, 35.
Yes.
So here, you have opted for like make a detailed analysis on vendor issues during the project. But here it clearly says there was a miscommunication between the vendor and project manager. So, but it doesn't point out anywhere
Good
that
point.
vendor is
Good
wrong
point.
by.
Good point. We are not saying that he is something bad. So that's why we are not doing the audit for him. Okay. This is not a problem. We don't need previous lesson learned to look into that. The detailed analysis on vendor issues will help out to identify that is this the one thing or several things has happened also. That is the purpose or the sense to look into that. Okay? I hope that makes sense to
Okay.
everybody who raised the hand. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. Next question, guys. A team has been struggling with issues during the course of an iteration. The project lead facilitates a discussion and the team forms a new team agreement during the iteration. Some of the issues appear again. What should the project manager do? Again, problem is coming. Lead the team self-organize and determine the best way to prevent the issue from reoccurring. Can be because agreement were not followed. No, we don't know that agreement was not followed. No, post the agreement. But that does not mean that does not happen. Na? Okay, so 36 will have A answer. 37. A key stakeholders who was a big supporter and motivator of the team is leaving the organization. The project team is expecting low morale and teamwork. What should the project man build a team connection for the consensus to the participation, set goals and push them to achieve. No, identify wants and aspiration of team. So build team connection and emotional bond. That A and B both look like a right answer. Okay, but I would go for A answer. That would be the better answers because here the problem is that they are emotional things, so emotional need to fucking do that. Well, let's solve this question. Well, you can put your distribution in the chat box. We'll come back later. So put your thing in the chat box. We'll come back to later. The steering committee has asked provide a indication of time remaining on the medium size. What tool can be provide this? Story points for the remaining can be no. Surrogate measurement no. A burn down chart can be. Okay. So I would say that burn down chart would be that. So in this option, in this question, you see, he's asking how much work is remaining. So when work is remaining, whenever the work is remaining, the purpose of the burn down chart is this. Let's say the question asks how much work is done. Okay, how much work is done? Then the answer would be, what would be the answer? Okay, what would be the answer? The answer would be burn up chart. That's why the answer is here burn down chart. I'll come back to the other question. Let's just complete till 40, then I'll answer your question answers, whatever you have. CD. What should the project manager do to enhance the team effectiveness? A project manager works with a global team and is difficulties with each other and often miss important message. This difficulty leads to missing deadline. What should the project manager do to enhance effectiveness? Initiate daily communication of project progress can be. Okay. Schedule a communication control board meeting. What is this? This can be. This can be. Okay, now this C is a very strong option. C is a very strong option. As a general, whenever the communication problem, I said I will answer it after 40 questions. Just wait. So whenever the communication problems come, okay, then always whenever the communication problem comes, then always putting the people together is a one thing. Even it's expensive, that is the right answer. But here we have one thing that is very interesting, and that is to identify the root cause analysis. A problem is there, you know that, identify the root cause analysis. 90% of the time when such problem come, even it's expensive, even for one meeting, we'll do that, and then we'll work into that. Okay, that is how we are gonna do that. Okay. Question 40. Yes, answer is saved there. C. Yes. 39th answer is 39th answer is D. Sorry. 39th answer is D. Root cause analysis. I was saying 90% of the time it's the answer, but here first we need to identify the problem. D is the right answer for 39. project manager is leading a project, there are several stakeholders. One of the just promoted to lead another functional areas and remain just please mute yourself. Another functional areas and remain the stakeholder. What should the project manager have project team update to ensure properly communicate to stakeholder? What we need to update? The problem is 4 hour of communication. Okay, 4 hour of communication. Whenever the problem becomes 4 hour of communication, 4 hour is right information at right time to right people to right. The question categorically said that the problem is of communication, right? The question categorically puts that the communication problem is there. Okay, so we need to look into that. We need to solve into that. Okay. Going back to question number 37, 2, 3 people said that we want to discuss question 37. I'll discuss it. Just 1 second. I'm trying to. I have a document that I want to give it to you guys. We need to raise a change request to update that without any doubt. We need to raise a change request. But is that in the option? Is that in the option? Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to download that. So just 1 second. It will be downloaded. I have a document that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, all of you know that those 16 point series that we were doing. So from now, we have so far made 46 points. Okay, so I have made this new document of 46 point. So message me personally. If you are my student, then you don't have to message me after the class. I'll share it in the group. If you are not, you can email me or message me. I'll share this document, the 46 tips and tricks that I have made so far. That will be very helpful for you the exam. Secondly, whenever you are solving the question, one thing is very important to follow this 7-step formula. Okay, this 7-step formula can be kind of a context for you. I would recommend take this page, like this one page, 7-step itself, and use it to remind yourself. Read the question slowly, read the last line first, identify the keyword, uh, what are the context of that, life cycle, role, elimination technique, things like that. That is very important for your exam. Okay. What happened? Yeah. Okay. So question number 37. Okay. A key projects, you guys, here are two options. Nothing else makes sense here. Forge consensus through team participation or build team connection. The problem is they are feeling low. Okay, so emotionally bond, building the emotional relationship with them, understanding why they are feeling low, and working into that using your emotional intelligence will help us there. Okay, so that was the justification why A was the right answer. G. Now, anyone has any question, please feel free to raise your hand. G. Rupak.
So, I'm just thinking. I just thought that way. Like team, someone is leaving, and then it is not related to that because he is leaving. The team is feeling that low moral. So we don't know is the moral is because of culture, money.
He's
to identify.
No, Rupak, he's a big supporter and a motivator. He's leaving. That the question is categorically says he is leaving the organization, and because of that, they are doing it. They don't have to put in black and white for you. That is the understanding you have to have for solving question answers. Okay, you are assuming culture, custom, all those things, but what is said, you are not reading that. Okay, the question says that he is leaving, as a result, they are feeling low morale. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ji Sayed Solat.
Right. So my point was basically that considering in the question it categorically says low morale and poor teamwork, and what do I do to improve the morale, right? So considering the option D why I picked up was identify the wants and aspirations of the team, because that's one thing that kicks in the morale, right? So to
I totally agree with you. most of the time that is the right answer. But here we already know what are their wants. The person is living and they are sad. When the team comes at the start, what motivates them, that we need to look at. Here the person is leading, the emotional damage is there, we need to build emotional bond. That is the why. GMR.
My question is regarding the change request thing. So if any
the question number
question,
40?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. If
So
option
as
was,
a general rule of thumb,
if the
if
option
change, if some document requires change request like communication management plan, stakeholder engagement plan, so and we do not have the option, so we can directly go to that particular change.
yes, yes, yes. Okay.
That's a general rule of thumb.
General rule. If any step is missing, you got like identify the issue, put in the issue log, do the root cause analysis, why the issue was not identified, raise a change request to handle it, update once approved, update the issue log, implement that, things like that. Anything missing in between, you go to the next step. Okay.
Okay.
G Mohit.
Yes, it's a same question because the team is already lacking
I already answered that question.
in the absence.
Let's not keep on pounding that thing. Yeah, I already answered 3 times that. Yes. G. Yes, Rupak.
So in this case, like generally what we do is that we identify the stakeholders and then we see the metrics like where they stand or where you want to be, and then we update the communication.
You are right. You're right. You see, a project manager is leading with several stakeholders in other functional areas. One of those stakeholders has been promoted. He was already there. He was already in the stakeholder register, and you are working with them. He just got promoted. Okay. And now we need to make sure that he gets the update, because you need to get sure update. So automatically this question talks about update. What last line, I always say last line, what should the project manager have project team update, why, what we want to update for, to ensure proper communication. Okay, proper communication. For proper communication, what do you want to do? I don't think so I have to answer you this thing what we want
No,
to share.
I got your point, the proper communication, but to do a proper communication,
If he was
I
not
have to
identified, if he was not identified as a stakeholder, then you should have updated stakeholder register, then stakeholder engagement plan, then communication plan. But the question says that he has identified already, so we will look into that. Okay.
Okay.
Sayed Solat put it, if the question would have asked what would the project manager update, no. If the question says that a new stakeholder has added or someone you did not identify that occurred, then we would go towards stakeholder register, then stakeholder plan, then communication plan. Okay, Sayed Solat? Why can't we have D as need? Because that is not required. Na? Ahmed Usman, I already answered the same thing to Sayed Solat, that we don't need that. The problem is we already know what is lagging with them. Acha ji, let's have a 10-minute break and we'll come back in 10 minutes. Get your drinks, whatever you want to. And yeah, we'll take it from there. I need to turn my video off because I saw I was having food backside. Okay, let me turn the music on. Guys, are you having fun? Put in the chat box. Are you having fun?
Hello.
Yes. Are you having fun, guys? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. I want you something to do for me. By the way, message in the class, message in the groups that the class has started. Okay. Sad, good to see that. Okay. I want you guys to go to LinkedIn now. First of all, if you are not connected to me, get connected. Okay. That will be the first thing. This is my LinkedIn. Okay. Mm, why I shared? Just type Amir Ali PMP. Why can't I cannot share? Hmm. I'm reminding you. Go to my LinkedIn. Okay. Amir Ali PMP. Was not post. Did I post it? Yeah. So here's a post. I would like you to please comment it on it, and if you can repost it. Each one teach one is the name of the game. I want to see how many more people we can help to this thing. This exactly post I'm putting in the comment. Okay, this post. Please, wherever you are joining, please like it, comment it, and share it. Please take 1 minute to do that before we start the next question. Okay, please, once you're done, please put in the chat, put in the message that I have done it. Like it, comment it, and share it kindly. Already did that. Thank you. Done, 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 Salman. Like it, comment it, and repost it. Done, done. I have more active students than anyone, like the entire world. But still, we need to reach more people. So that if we can reach only then and then, we can help more people. Done. Organic likes. Yeah, that's kind of my organic. Ahmed Usman. Lovish did it. Great class. Thank you. Guys, please, everyone do it. Okay. So thank you. I hope if you haven't done it, I don't know why you haven't done it, but if you haven't done it, do it so that we can start. We can keep moving. Ooh, the question of the exam. Okay, I'll give you the entire 70 seconds for this question. Done. Thank you, Abdullah, Sayyid Salat, Suhas, Saad, Satish, Usman, Adam, Ahmed Usman, Talha, Mohit, Zain, Ahmed Usman, Harun, Nirmal. I charge for liking, don't like it. Asad, Salman. Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you. G, waiting for your answers of this question. Ji, who solved this question? Saad Ahmed. Okay. Okay. Ji, other people solve this question, guys. I need your answers. How much money the company can save? A company subcontracted the previous project of building a commercial plaza cost. Now the company wants to build a similar project utilizing in-house capability. Similar. The team has estimated the project will most likely take 6 months, 4 months, 8 months. Okay. Three durations. So we need to use PERT analysis. Okay. In-house capacities are project managers' salaries are this. How much money can the company save? So we have first thing is that let's calculate this thing. Optimistic, 4 most likely, pessimistic divided by 6. Okay. Optimistic is always the small one. Okay. Small one is optimistic. 4 plus 4 into 6 plus 8 divided by 6. 4 plus 24 plus 8 divided by 6. 28 plus 8, 36. 36 plus 6 months. Okay, so far so good. We have the duration becomes 6 months. In-house, the capacities are 1200 plus 600, 1800 plus 600. It becomes 2400, right? 2400 multiplied by 6. Okay, it becomes 6. I used to be good in math. 0, 0, 6 4s are 24. It goes there to something like that, or I made some mess up. Okay.
There were
Amir, I
two
think
team members with the
one.
same 600 salary.
Sorry,
It
sorry,
should be
sorry.
1200 then.
Sorry, come again.
Two team members with the 600 salary each. So it should be 12 plus 12, 24 plus 8, 32.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Okay, so what will be the final answers? Okay, so
It should be 8, 40,000 minus
yeah. So
19,200.
what mistake I made? I mistake. It was written 2 team member. Okay, so instead of 1 team member, we multiply that with 2. Right? That was my mistake. We multiply that with this. So 6, it's 1200. So it's again the same as the project manager, right? Same as the project manager, 1200 plus 1200, 2400, 2400. This becomes 3200. Okay. So total it, when you multiply it, whatever the money can be, you subtract it, whatever your answer, it will be your answer. Let me explain one more time this question to you guys. The only tricky part was that they gave you 3 duration. You use actually with this one, I guess you use this PERT analysis, you get the duration that becomes 6. You add their salary, okay? You add their salary, multiply it, whatever the difference is, that is the answer. Okay. This is the question that is very important for exam. Yes, Marian. Yes, Marian.
Amir, if you apply the PERT analysis after multiplying the duration with the project member salaries, so answer would be the. So both methods are correct, right?
No.
I have calculated the answer. It's same.
Does not matter. You still,
Yeah, exactly.
You still use PERT analysis.
Yeah.
You still use PERT analysis. There's a very slight difference between them. For the duration like 648, it will have no difference. But for certain durations, it will have difference. So use this formula. Okay, use this formula. G, this question is clear to everyone?
I hope you got my point.
I got your
right?
point, but you will use this formula. Okay?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. G, next question. Okay, guys. What is the best response you can give to a sponsor? You are the project manager. The team is very established and well organized. Want to outsource the delivery of feature of a vendor? I want you to negotiate. The team is already there. It's better to utilize the team. PM cannot be part of this and better consult procurement manager. Okay, work with the team to get a suitable price with vendor involving the team. Good question. Marine, please don't send the answer directly to me. Send answer directly to me. Okay. A would be the right answer here. Satish, the question does not talk about the money here. Money is not the problem. The problem is your team. Okay. The problem is that is the tricky point here. Shadab, we don't have to negotiate it. We have to convince if the team is here. And the question categorically said that they have done similar project. That is your hint of this question. So A is the right answer. The sponsor has approved a change request to add a feature in the deliverable. The time the sponsor rejected a deliverable because the CR was not implemented and the team says they did not know about the CR is. Review the communication plan, review the change log, review the change. This is very, very, very. Apma was asking me this question. Apma, you asked this question last night, na?
Yes, Amit.
Yeah. So this is a very interesting point. Normally, regarding the communication, it should be A. But if the question talk about how to escalate a risk, how to talk about the that is more specific in that patent plan. Okay. Normally, this is not. Normally, A is the right answer. Normally. But you also have change management plan in the option. The change management plan is more accurate. Okay. It's a very interesting question. Yes, Apma. I answer your question, still you want to review. Tell me, sister.
Yeah. I don't know why I get confused with this. So why not review the change log? Because change log also is
Change
where
log is
we
just a document. The problem is there of communication. The problem is that everyone should know that once the journey, when the change has been done, they should know that the change has been communicated to them. Okay? That's the problem, not the change log. Apma clear?
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Ashraf.
Uh, just I need to give one issue happened for us, I believe last week in my project about the change management plan. We are manufacturing pumps in Germany, and there is some changes in the design, and this change is not shared with the design team in Germany.
Okay.
So the fire pump fabricated wrong, and will start from zero now. When we receive the root cause analysis, they said no, the change is not communicated with the team by proper way.
Thank you.
So we are losing now 3 years more.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do like you can make a very good question. I'll make it on LinkedIn. This is a very good question. Thank you very much, Ashraf, for adding it. Thank you, brother. Okay, let's go to the next question. Did I share the screen? No. Yeah. You're a project manager. The customer kept on interrupting the project. The team has complained the behavior. What would you do first as a servant leader? He added the keyword. Shield the team and say the customer that he can ask the team and say the customer that he can ask him like okay, invite the customer to project, call the customer. Okay, this is the right answer. Hmm. Shield was the right here. I mean this one. Okay. How could the PM prevented this situation? You were the project manager and assigned a new project. But when the project was in, the PM was informed that a similar product has been launched and reduce your market share. How it could have prevented to prioritize the feature for MVP, release something, get something back. Good. The project well before deadline, not use contingency, no negotiate, no. A is the only option that makes sense as as a servant leader, as a person who can help out the organization and can work with them. A is the only option that makes sense. What should the PM do first? The project is in the initiation phase and PM has listed the PM while even the some of the objectives were found to be in contrast with the organization policies. Consult with the OP and find if it is true. Educate that should be aligned with the company tradition. Educate, step back as a PM and tell the sponsor, escalate to the governance board. Always consulting that, looking at the question says first, so that option goes directly there. First thing we will need to look into that, whether not escalate to the sponsor. The question categorically said first. Okay, so that's why A is the answer. Some of the vendors have pre-qualified and you have made a contract with the most prospective seller, but it is yet to be signed. The change in by the government has resulted a big change in the finance of the project. What should the PM do next? Amend the contract and award him the contract. Conduct again by making the changes. Okay. Award the contract and change can be discussed later on. No. You sign later in the no. So A and B are the two close option. But if you look into that, we need the purpose of the bidder conference is that we need to make sure everybody understand what are the requirement. We want to be fair into that. So B is the right answer. You are managing a large project with large distributed team with each other, which is resulting in delays. What should the PM utilize as the most effective way of communication? Now, large team is there. Okay, so it's a very tough question. It should have option one of the options should be a combination of others. We cannot use push communication because that will be difficult. Interactive one by one is not. So, my opinion in ABC, we can have pull communication. The team can look into that and we can identify it. Okay, so let's take this scenario in our own life. Let's say we are Mary, and lower your hand, and if you have any question, put in the chat box. Let's say this is a scenario that we have in our right now. We are having some people are having sitting in US, some people are there, and we want to have a coaching call that normally happen on Monday or Wednesday when we have the coaching call with my students, with my own students. Now the best way would be to combination of push pull add what we do actually we have a live session plus we do the recording, but that was not in the option. So if we have to choose in between the option, what use, we will use pull communication. We'll record it, put it there, like, because meetings, that is distributed team, that's why that is not even the option at all, Apma. That is not even the option, that will not be the option. Okay, so that is an interesting thing to look into that. For example, uh, my video, that is tips and trick video, I share it with you guys personally. The question did not say matlub online video, it only said meetings. So most of you have watched it, more than those people who have watched the coaching call. Yes or no, put in the chat box if you have watched a tip and trick video, right? So that is power of pull communication in the online world. So that's the context we need to look into that. Like, I message every person personally that watch this video, they did it. Okay, and when I released the second video, I did that. For batch 6, I was doing batch 6, I already have video 1 and 2, so I said to every student in batch 6 that please also watch 1 and 2, right? So that was a pull communication. You watch it at your own time. Even as I said, I have more than almost 450 or 470 students in the pipeline who are taking training from me, who have taken that training, who have not become certified as of yet. I'm working on them. That's why when I message you personally, it takes 4 to 6 hours to type the name of everyone. It takes that much time, but that became effective. Okay, that became effective, right? So that is the reason why I choose this answer. Now, if anyone has a cross question, they can ask. Directors, and we are not living. Yes, yes, Sayed. Yes, Rupak. Guys, always try to put your justification as Sayed put it in the chat box. If that is not answered, then raise the hand. Okay, so that we can use it more effectively. Now you have raised it, but this is for everyone. Ji, Rupak, tell me.
So if you go to the question once, uh, I agree to your justification, I mean, full communication. But if you see the word uh, that which is resulting delay in the project. So that is the reason I choose interactive, because it is actually.
I understand. I understand. But the point is that that will still not helpful. Not we cannot do interactive into that way, na? We cannot do that. That can be best way, but we cannot do that because this keyword stopped us from doing it. I agree with you what you are saying. Your point is genuine, but the problem is this.
Okay, I choose basically the resulting delay and the most effective communication. That's the reason I choose.
You did not use this keyword. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. G, guys, next question. Two members are in conflict with each other for a long time, don't want to discuss and resolve this issue with the PM. PM has insisted in solving, but all in. What should now PM do to resolve the conflict? Compromise, reassign the team on two different projects, lose lose approach. They don't want to discuss, they don't and resolve this issue. Compromise, how we can compromise that? That's a very different question. I like this one. It's a very different question. According to me, what is the right answer? B is the right answer. B is the right answer, guys. We cannot do any other option. That is already done. Very good, good question. Okay. Actually, I have 80 questions because you may have noticed in last 1 week we have 10 plus P, no 10, 13 plus PMP in the last 1 week. So I have 80 questions, but we will be doing 60 questions. Maybe some other time we can do remaining 20 questions. Okay, somebody's unmute, please. The company is transitioning from predictive. The team is facing difficulties. Provide training, provide training, adopt. This word is bad. Tell, consult, Resi chat. Provide training, adopt a hybrid approach. ABC, right, guys? ACE, consult Resi chart. Why would the Resi chart there? Fahad Khatak. ABC is the right answer. Resi chart, Resi chart is there just to confuse you. It has nothing to do with here. Good question. What should the project manager do? You are a project manager for a development project for a mobile app. This is an experienced developer who constantly guides them. There is a new developer who seems bright and gives new ideas, but he feels that he is not heard. Conflict with the team. As per experience, new developer ideas are good but not practical. Meet with the new developer, ask him to be respectful. Yeah. Meet with the experienced and new developer to understand their solution. Collect team feedback. Arrange a team building session. We don't need that. B is the right answer, guys. Oh, what is this? Oh, these questions are made by Ankush. Batch 5 certified PMP who cleared after 8 days. By the way, batch 5, tomorrow, 2 more of your students will be cleared. So, batch 5, you are lagging. Everyone else who is listening. And next week, we will also have Apma as our certified PMP. Apma, I expect better questions from your side. And you make 10 to 15 questions. The way you have asked so many. We need to train the product owner also. It's calling to me. According to this graph, the last what should project lead address with the product owner and the team. Okay. The product owner should not ask the team to change their sprint commitment. Too much work the sprint after It has added. This was the original scope, then the work added, then the work again added. Okay. No, no, no. B is the right answer. I hope you can read this burn up chart now. This is again part analysis question, same like that. Do you want to solve it or we should leave it? It's just like the previous one. This is made by Junaid. Do you want to leave it? Okay, guys, take a picture of it and send me your answer. Take a picture of it and send me your answer. I'm leaving it for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, thank you. Okay, next question. Our project is wrapped up with the completion of, however, just before few days when planned running was scheduled, locals started protest and close roads. As per then an important natural reserves. Okay. Real type question. They were not consulted. What he should have done very first. Stakeholder management business case. He should have engaged. He should have identified those as stakeholder, put them in stakeholder register and engage their current engagement. Simply no other option should be there. If anybody put the D answer, let me check. I'm gonna punch them. If anybody has put Sayyid Solat, unmute yourself. I'm gonna punch you.
No, no, my answer is A. I was saying D is also good option because confusing.
Okay.
My answer was A already.
Atif, I'm gonna punch you. Risk management plan. Atif, Atif, risk management plan does not have any risk in it. Risk register has any risk in it. So why would you choose D option, Atif? Atif,
Yeah, sir, by mistake, man.
so I should punch you. No? You deserve a punch. Yeah, I know I missed a question because that was so easy question. It was predictive hedge. I did not want to solve it. But okay, solve it. 3 people said it to me. Sir, you missed a question. I did not miss it, I skipped it. But okay. At least you are still up, not sleeping. A project manager need to start the large project to deliver complex requirement. In starting project need a long research process, but once it is done, the second must be incrementally delivered. Which approach? Hybrid. Guys, let's solve this question without reading the question. Okay, let's say you have last 5 minutes and we are in the last 5 minutes and we have 5 questions. Okay, so solve the question only with reading the last line and option. Let's play this game. Please, everyone. Only option, only last line and option. You don't have time, the time is running up. You have 5 minutes and you have 5 questions. Solve it. What should the project manager do? Negotiate based on the revision estimate, can be initiate a change request and review the contract to check the payment option. Okay, deny the vendors. We will never deny. Initiate a change to incorporate immediate payment milestone in the contract. Okay, so something we can do, something we cannot do. That is kind of a link, but I would go for option A. Okay, now let's see, is it right? A project manager is using vendor during testing. Team discovered it is not compatible. New standards were not identified, but vendor agreed to the additional work is paid immediately. Negotiate based on the revision of statement, yes, and review the check payment option before responding. Initiate is the right answer, guys. Okay, let's again play with this. This is what we do, what they say in WWE, don't try this at home. This is for last five questions. Let's say you have last 5 minutes remaining. Just playing your mind with that. Okay. I don't want that the entire 55 question we were doing slow down, and now you start doing this thing for every question. No, 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 no. Okay, this is I'm training you for everything. Like let's say, God forbid, you only have 5 minutes and you want to solve five questions for that thing. Please. Okay. How should the project manager define that? This is small. A project manager is managing a, it will have high impact on the town's resident. Analyze the influence, okay. Include only key requirements and keep the stakeholder, okay. Add. Again, A will be the right answer. Okay, again, A will be the right answer. How to manage time and know that either you are not. I'll tell you, Sman, first completed topic here. You are in the initial stage, right? 57, 58. I'll give you this time. Only reading the last line, solve this question. What's the project manager do? Choose the agile practices which can be applied in this type and apply them. Hire an expert. Use to allocate additional budget. I would go for A option. I would go for A option here. Is assigned. So choose the practice which you can use and implement it. Okay. Again, last question. Now this is an interesting thing. This question you cannot solve it. Read the last line. What should the project manager do to avoid the situation? What is the situation? We don't know. Okay. But out of five questions, this is the fourth, only one question. A project team is located in different countries. Our release was delayed. One did not reply on time. That was sent to everyone. Missed reading the email. What should he do that? Review the stake plan, review communication plan, how we can communicate with them effectively. Okay. What strategy is Bruce using? Bruce explained that Robin is putting an extra effort. Schedule will meet on time, and the problem is not big as it is seems. Like as it is same, it is kind of a smoothing. Even without reading the question, this big question, like you can think it's a smoothing. It's not collaborating. It's not withdrawing. You are talking to them. It's not forcing. But solve this question and tell me, am I right or not? It's smoothing the answer. Bruce is a smoothing answer. Yes. You see, such a paragraph question, and I just read the last line and a half. This is the power, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I would say that don't try this at home, only for when you are lagging out of time. Like Badr today was solving such a big question normal in exam. Yes, they are. At least 50, 60, you will get something like that, Marine. Badr was solving 180 question today for the first time. I'm sure he must have faced that time is running out. Okay, so this can be in the last 10-15 question. Will you send this question to group? No, it was inspired from Batman movie brought Bruce Gotham Alfred, which was don't try this at home. Really? Which movie? Fahad? Which movie it was? Don't try it. Because I have watched actually every single movie of Batman. Okay, guys, we still have 15 minutes. Do you want to solve more question or let's call it a day? And before you answer, I'll raise option. I raise a poll. You know that I know that the when you answer that, it becomes such an interesting way. Create a poll. I have no option of there. Acha, for this meeting, I don't have a poll. Just give me 1 minute. So launch. I did it. I created the poll from website for him. That's what I was doing. Ooh, 51-49. 30 seconds more, then I will end it. 53-47. Okay. Just look at that. Okay, let's solve some question. Sometime I have to use dictatorship. So let's use that. Okay. Few of the question. Let's use few of the question. G, solve this question. Agile projects are very emphasize on keeping on what is the primary advantage of this? We avoid scope creep. Shorter iteration, finish them well. Okay. More productive. Okay. Regularly talk about shorter iteration. Look at the feedback. Yes, this is the answer. There is no other option that can be. D is the Rupak, you made this mistake multiple times. I hope this agile question you get right. Okay. Agile concept. Okay. Next question. I guess we'll do 65. That will be enough. Which of the following best describe the purpose? Shared vision, backlog, values. Vision, okay. Create a backlog, no. Okay. So this is basically more of a product vision, okay. Which of the type contract would offer incentive? Risk, we have a risk associated. Okay, so basically we want something that has a risk. It cannot be like it is difficult to fund a contract willing to take him. So we need to give him some advantage. Okay, award fee cannot be that. Incentive fee can work into that. Let's give someone the incentive. Okay. Detailed estimation. Guys, whenever it's a detailed estimation, it is bottom up. Okay. I don't know what is this. Okay. Last question, guys. Categorizing identification stakeholder can assist in building valuable relationship. As the all of the following techniques are useful for this purpose. This power interest and this has no purpose. This is out of the way. That is your answer. B is the right answer. So guys, that are all the questions that we wanted to solve. How many questions you got right? Send me your message on WhatsApp or wherever you are watching. Send me your message there. How many questions you got right? I have interesting news for you guys. On Eid day, for me it will be Friday. So I will be putting one video live. It will be 12 hours video. 12 hour video. The first part of the video will be the entire PMP, and then there will be almost 120, 130, 40 questions. It will be on Friday and probably on Sunday. I am working. If I get the time, I will upload new 180 question list. So my Eid gift to all of you. That's I can do for you. I have worked on it, combined the videos, things like that, and it will be recorded and it will not be removed, so that you can get the benefit of the full communication. Happy? Okay. So any biryani or amchadi, feel free to come to Pakistan and have biryani. Thank you for the same. So thank you very much for joining. If you haven't liked on the LinkedIn, please do that. And if you are not my student, please notice it that we have a batch program and as well as a one-to-one
Recording
program.
stopped.
You can always join that if you wishes to. Okay. So the will make sure that you become PMP. And with that, thank you very much. It was an honor and one of the most interactive PMP marathon. Even we had problem in the beginning, but what matters is that how we ended it. With that, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, sat sri akal, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Bye bye. And I hope people who are watching at LinkedIn, people who are watching at YouTube, you have fun. Put in the chat box how many questions you got right. Like I would love to know how many questions you got right. What are the questions that you have got right, or what are the questions that you got wrong? It will be interesting to know that these are the questions that I got right. Put in the chat box how many questions you got right or wrong. I would like to know that. And you can join our group program or one-to-one program. Here is the link to join the program. As you can see, this is the link to join the program. I would love to know that if you want to join the program. Okay. Okay, guys, we have thousands of PMP, and with this, we are ending the session. I hope you have enjoyed it. Do put in the Facebook, WhatsApp, wherever you are watching, how many of you got the right answer or wrong answers. Adnan, Chetan, Jigar, Jiku, Ajit, Samad, Jarat, Anu, Akil, Mohammed Faisal, Jay Prakash, Mohsin, Mafi, Preeti, Priya, Ajit, Tosh, Tushar, Ubaid, Jiku, Sir Wasim, Sir Irfan, Sayyid, Vishnu, Kam, Mohammed, Vandana, Vel Kumar, Ali Raza, Edwin, Chandra, Mohammed, Imran, Sir Arfat, Deepak, Adnan, Ajay, Batul, Ibrahim, Murli, Rizwan, Sachin, Sujit, Pompnil, Riya, Sayyid, Faisal, Harun, Khan, Vinay, Javed, Sanger, Farid, Pradeep, Prem, Abhishek, Amir. Well, congratulations, Muhammad, Sahi, Parita, Nabil, Chitra, Talaj, Harsh, congratulations, Manish, Amar, Adirul, Felisa, Aslam, Atif, Grace, Greg, Mac, Sachin, Kamal, Bashkar, Rohit, Patish, Pikshit, Vyas, Saurav, Siddhartha, Nadir, Tarek, Venkat, तो हरी पश्चिम से मंसूर, रेहाना, विजय, विशाल, अर्जुन, असद, इलियास, खान, congratulations, Anthony, Arvind, Hasan, वसीम, मंगेश, राज, अकबर, परना, संकल्प, विशेष, ईश्वरी, अफजाल, विवेक, हसीब, हामिद, लीश, पल्लवी, अनम, फैसल, बुरहान, हुसैन, मतीन, पांडे, सैयद, खलील, मुनीफ, हसन, गुप्ता, आशा, अजय, इकिन, पूजा, तलहा, विजय, अमजद, जॉफरी, हसन, सुजित, अमित, बीबी, राजू, पवन, उमर, मान, वेंकटेश, अहमद, गुप्ता, शीश, मैरी, शॉन, जमाल, तुलसीदास, अनान, मोहसिन, नदीम, अली, हिसाम, कवैस, अजीम, मंसूर, शकील, केरिया, हसन, रियाज हुसैन, बेटी, प्रदीप, मीना, आसमा, दुर्गा, शरीफ, अली अल बलूच, congratulations my friend, सलमान, सुबता, हसन, मोहसिन, मनीक, क्रिस्टोफर, जंगीर, जुनैद, हमास, मोहम्मद शफीक, नवीन, दरिक्सा, फियाज, प्रशांत, इलियास, धमवीर, नीजू, अब्राहम, श्रीनिवास, सुंदेला, नबील अहमद, नवीद, बिलाल, बिदरा अली, शाजी, उबैद, बाबर, कौडी, रिजवान, इमरान, विवेक, राजीव, राव, इश्ताक, फैजान, रहील, निसार, उमर, आज, संदीप, शराज, तीनों, नुसमा, कीर्तन, कोमल, शिवानी, सलमान, सदा, आनंद, दिलवम, अजय, साबिर, उजैर, सुरिंदर, प्रदीप, अमीर, मोहित, वकास, निधि, उमर, उस्मान, संदीप, अमित, अबू ताहिर, नवीन, अर्शद, मोहम्मद, विवेक, या गुलशान, फुरकान, गजिंद्रा, नागराज, नसीमा, सागर, मोहम्मद, जायना, हुसैन, रश्मि, नेहा, हसन, अली, अल अजमी, हमाद, नुमान, आलम, विजय, सरनाया, सवाना, मोहम्मद, जक्का, जाकिर। कांग्रेचुलेशन सादिमा, सहर, अजेब, समीर, इफ्ती, तलाल, हमाद, उमर, उस्मान, मलिक, अजेब, वकास, प्रिया, रफी, सायरा, सरस्वती, सौरभ, सशवानी, फैवज, श्रीकांत, प्राण, जानदार डुओ, फ्रांसिस, अब्दुल, मोहम्मद, उमर, अभिषेक, अभिलाष, अबरार, फरहान, लता, निधि, इब्राहिम, विनोद, फैसल, अमीर, इनाम, अब्दुल अजीज, इकेन, अकमल, असान, बासिल, गारिमा, कैवन, पद्मा, साजिद, वलीद, चेताली, अनामिका, जरनाब, सुदीप, नवीन, मोजदेव, नवीद, कांग्रेचुलेशन, आतिफ, चक्रा, हसन, नदीम, आबिद पटेल, आदिति, शुभाशीष, कुरेश, उमैरा, रफीउल, गुलाम, शाम बाबू, दीपक, कैरोलिन, लिनविन, शीतल, एल्विन, उनिंद्रा, प्रशांत, अबरार, अली खान, राम, विद्या, तलहा, बासाद, राशिद, माधवन, गुरजीत, ऋषु, दत्ता, सबान, अजीम, मंगेश, मुदस्सिर, प्रदीप, सिद्रा अली, मैन, कांग्रेचुलेशन, सुहेल, अमूल, तहसीन, नबील, आतिफ, जिया, नित्या, शाह, मोहम्मद, शकील उमर, अहमद, मिस्टर अवध, कीर्ति, सलमान, खालिद, सैयद, सत्यस्नान, वसी, सैयद, सुहेल, शाम, सिन्हा, जिद इकबाल, विवेक. And here we have my 1000 PM in less than 3 years, Muhammad Adil. Ibrahim is the first PMP of 2022. Abhishek, Isam, Lisa, Adirul, Abhilash, Sabir, Hassan, Manish, Amir, Alvin, Neha, Pradeep, Amit, Rashmi, Amana, Uzair, Rash, Ghulam, Muhammad, Aarti, Pawan, Tariq, Iqtidar, Numan, Mandar, Muazzam, Nij, Wasi, Aj, Usman, Afzal, Mateen, Chitra, Naveen, Salah, Deepak, Caroline, Linwin, Bilal, Salman, Sayyid, Alam, Nabi, Rujan, Shahzeb, Lata, Chandram, Hassan, Usman, Faisal, Talal,